going on, guys, and welcome back to LOI TV. Now today we are doing our Premier Division Team of the Year. With the FAI Cup going on there last week and the Dundalk's final game of the season in the Europa League against Arsenal, that brought the season to a close officially for all LOI clubs. I felt this was the perfect time to give you my Team of the Year and who I felt needs to be recognised in that team. In terms of a formation for this team, I was thinking about it for a little while and I finally came to the decision of
4-4-2.
Before we hop into the video, guys, I was checking out our analytics there recently and only 15% of you lot have hit notifications on our videos. First of all, if you are new around here, please do subscribe, it is much appreciated, and if you haven't already, please hit the notification bell so you never ever miss an upload. We really appreciate that, guys, and yeah, why would you want to ever miss an upload as well? And if you do go on to enjoy the video, please do smash the like button down below. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into my Team of the Year. Now, a point to take into consideration when you're looking at the defence and the goalkeeper has to be that Shamrock Rovers only conceded 7 goals in 18 games. An absolutely remarkable defensive record, and the back five has to consist of a lot of their players. They did, of course, go to season invincible as well, so that has to be kept in mind when picking this team. There's 2 candidates for me in goal. First one being Mannus of Shamrock Rovers, of course, and Ed McGinty of SLIGO Rovers. Touching on Ed McGinty, potentially could have seen him at Dundalk as potentially Gary Rogers' replacement. Obviously Gary Rogers recently announcing his retirement from football. Ed McGinty would have been the perfect replacement for him. Also, Shamrock Rovers, Mannus is 38 years of age, so they're going to need to start looking towards bringing in a goalkeeper to be their number 1 for the next couple of years. But Ed McGinty will be in England before long, I've no doubt about that, and he has also signed a new deal with SLIGO for next season. He has a very bright future in the game, Ed McGinty, and he could well be in this team next year. The Irish under-21 international was definitely unlucky to miss out, but I simply have to go with Mannus. Now for the back four, at right back, in an official Team of the Year released by the PFAI, Lyons was picked. I wasn't overly impressed with him, if I'm being perfectly honest. The games I watched, I thought he actually performed better in the previous campaign than this one. He has publicly expressed his desire. I can't even speak. He has publicly expressed his desire to move abroad. I've gone with a weird one with Ronan. People might give out to me here as he is seen as kind of like a midfielder, but he has played at right wing back throughout this campaign and part of a kind of a back five for Shamrock Rovers, so I think he can get away with this one. I thought he had a smashing season, and I think he deserves a place in my team, and I felt like I had to get him in there somewhere, so I'm going with Ronan at right back. Centre back was an easy one for me, if I'm being perfectly honest. 2 of the mainstays in Shamrock Rovers' back 3 were Pico, Lopes and Lee Grace, as the other spots kind of rotated in the back 3 between the likes of Joey O'Brien and Liam Scales. I have to put Grace and Lopes in for this season. They've both been fantastic and the best centre backs in the league in my opinion. So it's 100% the Shamrock Rovers team so far, but not for long, because left back for me is actually between 2 players who now interestingly play for the same club, Anthony Breslin and Tyreke Wilson. Tyreke Wilson got into the PFAI Team of the Year, and for good reason. He had a really good debut year in the LOI with Waterford, but I am going to pip him with Anthony Breslin. I was slightly concerned about left back for Bohs this season with the departure of Tyreke to Dundalk, but Breslin has come in and he has been fantastic. Defensively very sound, and one of the best crosses of the ball in the league in my opinion. I think it's a little bit of an underrated skill for him, and he gives Bohs so much in the attacking third of the pitch and the defensive third of the pitch. So yeah, how Bohemians are going to fit both of these lads in their team, I'm not too sure, but they absolutely need to do so. But yeah, I've gone for Anthony Breslin at left back. Moving into the midfield of the 4-4-2 formation, I have gone on the right hand side. It's a bit of a no-brainer, to be honest. The PFAI Player of the Year, Jack Byrne. 9 goals and 3 assists in the league. Fantastic season. And Shamrock Rovers have a serious job on their hands in trying to keep a hold of him. Personally, I think he's as good as gone. Whether it be England or Cyprus, I couldn't tell you, but pretty confident he will not be playing with Shamrock Rovers next season, but it remains to be seen. I hope he does stay in the league, of course. Another position, another Rovers player in centre midfield, I've gone with my first one as Aaron McEneff. He was described as the best ball playing midfielder in the league by manager Stephen Bradley, obviously a biased opinion, but I would actually agree with that. I think he's a super footballer whose season was rewarded with a call up to the national side, and yeah, he was fantastic this year. Real good performer for Shamrock Rovers, and yeah, as Stephen Bradley said, really comfortable on the ball, moves it very quickly, very well, doesn't give it away an awful lot. So yeah, I think Aaron McEneff deserves to be in the team. Alongside him, I have gone with Bohs captain Keith Buckley. There's a real case to be made that he is one of the most consistent players in the league. Very rare to see him have an off game. Such an important player for Bohs, of course, and he was crucial to their successful league campaign, of course, finishing in second place. So yeah, Keith Buckley had to go in alongside Aaron McEneff for me. Very solid pair in the midfield. On the left hand side, it was between the PFAI Young Player of the Year Danny Grant and Michael Duffy. It wasn't a great league season for Michael Duffy compared to what we've kind of become used to with him. You could say that for the entire Dundalk team, I suppose, really. So I have gone with Danny Grant. 7 league goals this season, including a hat-trick against Shelburne. Really good campaign from the 20-year-old who looks set to move abroad. Bohemians recently rejected a move from Huddersfield Town, I think it was. So I think they're holding out for 100,000 because they're due some money. His contract is up, but they're due money because he's under the age of 23. So I think they're holding out for 6 figures. But yeah, you feel it's just a matter of time before Danny Grant is playing the lower leagues of England. Up top, there were a few options I considered. The 4 I narrowed it down to were Ronan, Coughlan, Aaron Green, Andre Wright and Pat Hoban. Hoban was the league's top goal scorer with 10 goals in 15 games in a disappointing league campaign for Dundalk, so that shows that he still did impress and he scored a lot of goals, so he gets in my team. I always like to put the top goal scorer in the league in my team of the year. Alongside him then, it was a tough one to pick, to be honest. You could take a pick and no one could give out to you, I feel. My personal preference here, I'm going to go with Ronan Coughlan to narrowly pip Andre Wright for me. I think Andre Wright very, very unlucky to miss out. I think he got into the PFAI team of the year, so that's a bit of a consolation for Andre if you're watching. But I think I'd go with Ronan Coughlan. Probably won't go down too well with Shamrock Rovers or Bohemians fans, but I just thought Sligo's turn of form post lockdown deserved to be represented in this team. Not just Coughlan's goals, but his all-round play was absolutely vital to Sligo, turning into getting European football. Of course, they turned into that. From being relegation candidates before lockdown, they really looked like they were destined to go down. So the turnaround from them was absolutely superb, and a really good season for him. And I believe there is a lot of teams in the league interested in his services, so it will be interesting to see where he's playing his trade next year. In terms of a manager for this team, there were 3 candidates that I narrowed it down to. OLLIE HORGAN, of course, did amazingly with Finn Harps with their small budget to avoid any kind of relegation playoff or anything like that. Was a super achievement, and people would definitely have him as manager of this team, and I think there's definitely a case for that. Another one, Keith Long, did superbly with a Bohemian side to finish in second place. Really good season from them, comfortably in second as well. So yeah, really they're gonna try to push to potentially challenge for the title next season. I know there's a long way to go in terms of transfer dealings and stuff like that. Stephen Bradley was of course the final manager, and it's hard not to give it to him. The manager whose team went unbeaten in the league, it's hard not to give him the award, and I do think he does deserve it. An unbelievable achievement. No matter what rival fans will say, they might put an asterisk on their league title win, they might say it was a half season, but no matter what they say, it was an unbelievable achievement, and Stephen Bradley is the manager of this team in my opinion. So yeah guys, that is my team of the year for the Premier Division in 2020. Let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. I presume there'll be a lot of you who will disagree with me, so I want to hear what you have to say down in the comments below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe if you haven't already. It is very much appreciated. Thanks for watching guys, catch you in a bit.